So the issue of drug shortages actually predates the pandemic. The pandemic just made it worse. So for a long time now, we've had a hard time getting medications for common issues like diabetes and hypertension, among others. And the problems had to do with the fact that some factories, for example, one factory might make all of the generics for a specific drug in the world. And so any sort of a disruption at that factory, it could be a hurricane, it could be an earthquake, it could be a quality control issue, meant that the entire global supply is disrupted. Now, in the pandemic, you're seeing this added issue where borders are getting difficult to export drugs across. Factories might be shut down because there's an outbreak of COVID or concern about an outbreak of COVID. And then you get this further added issue, which is that certain drugs are needed in higher volumes all of a sudden in places like ICUs because we're having a lot more people be intubated in an ICU. So the best example of that one that came up is the blue puffer, the salbutamol puffer. Most people would know this as the blue puffer people use for asthma. It's also used when people are intubated though. So all of a sudden, as they're diverting a lot of the supply to the intensive care units, people who have asthma might find that instead of getting 2 or 4 puffers at a time, they're only given 1. And that's actually because the pharmacy can't get any more than a handful at a time. So we're seeing the drug shortage play out in a number of different ways in this pandemic that have been really interesting, but it's also brought attention back to this really big problem we had for quite a long time now.